Good afternoon, everybody. This is Pradeep Kumar, Senior Joint Commissioner, Basin Management in Ministry of Jal Shakti, and I welcome you this session that is creating a basic map in QGIS. In this session, we will learn how we can export our created map in QGIS canvas into a printable format, that is PDF and SPG. Okay, but before that, you have to make a map by adding different layers in QGIS. Once the map is final, then you can export that map into a PDF format. So we will learn this method. So I request you please open your QGIS and also open the project which we were working on. I hope that you have saved that project. Open the same project. So this is the project we were working on, and this is Jurala irrigation project, and we have currently 12 layers we are working, and we have introduced some labels and also symbology to this project. And now we will export this map into a printable PDF format. Before that, I think we should also make some modification in the symbology so that map become beautiful. Okay, property symbol. I am changing the symbology for settle point, and then I am making reservoir, which is currently graduated classification. We make it a single symbol. Again, go to the property and change it the single symbol. Change the color to dark blue. Okay. We can also improve more in point of appearance of this map, but right now our main focus is how we can export this map to PDF. Let's suppose this is our final map and we want to export this map. Okay, so now the steps are: make sure your whole map should be visible in your canvas area. If it is not, then you can use this too. Okay, zoom. Once the whole map is visible in canvas area, then go to the project and create new print layout. Okay, so click it and give the title of your layout. Let title is map Zurala. Okay, this is my map title. Press OK and you will see a new window has opened. Okay, and we maximize it. Now this particular window, we can say it's a map composer, and here we can actually create our map which is in printable format. We can add some titles. Okay, we can add legend, scale bar, north arrow. We can add using this application. So first of all, you have to select the proper paper size on which you want to take the print. Now the selection of paper is depend upon the scale of map you want to print. Currently this is A4 size paper and its size is around 300 mm length and width is around 220. Okay, so if your area extent or your interest of area extent is around, let's suppose it is 50 km, and then size of this map minimum size is 220. So you can calculate what suitable map or what suitable scale for this particular paper size spot. Okay, so if you will use A4 size, I think 50 km. Okay, make it in mm, and we can see it is come out around 2.5 lakh. Okay, 1 to 2.5 lakh up to this scale, this particular paper support. Okay, so 2.25 to 2.5 lakhs, 1 to 2.5 lakh scale A4 size support. So that is how you can actually calculate the scale. Now this particular project we are working on, its extent is around 70 km. So now we should choose, I think, A0 size paper for clearly seeing all the feature on the map, means canal network, its names, labels, and also you have we have actually introduced the scale based visibility there, and that particular scale based visibility features will appear when your scale of map is more than 1 to 1 lakhs. So we will use A0 size paper here. And how we can select the paper size? right click this area, and you will see a page property has come. Okay, now click this page property, and now you can select the size from here. Okay, A0 size. Paper size is selected. Orientation we will use landscape, and width you can see it is around 1.12 meter, and height is this much. And so this particular paper size will suitable around 1 to 75,000 scale. We can print our map. Okay, so once you have selected the size of paper, then you can use this full zoom. You will see whole paper will be visible, and then we have to add our map. So before I proceed, I should introduce about the basic interface of this particular application, that is Map Composer. Here you see left side, its left side menu. Here you can add or pan, or you can see this particular tool is to add a map. Okay, you just hover your mouse on that particular icon and it will tell what actually does. And then this is to add a 3D map. This is to move the item in the map. This is to add picture if you want to add picture. This is to add text or label or topic, any label you can add. This is to add legend. This is add scale bar, and this is to add north arrow. Okay, so to adding a particular item you can use this menu. And this here you can, this panel, this 4 panel, layout, guide, and item. Here all the tools or link is available to modify your map or change the like orientation, font, if you want to put the frame or border, or you want to add grid to your map, or you want to show coordinates, then this you have to work on these panels. Okay, now I think if I make the map, I think you will learn how we can proceed. So first, I think very first is you have to add a map. So click this add map, and then you press this drag a window. Okay, and okay, this is now here you will see the map is visible. Okay, so Now in the main property, you see current scale of this map is this much. Okay, so let's change to 75,000, and I think, okay, our map is somewhat beyond the boundary, so you can extend the boundaries. Okay, and make it again 75,000, and you can set the position of your map in the boundaries using this move item. Okay, you can move this map and set the position. Let's take this. Okay, so then we will use the CRS of this project. Suppose we want to show the grid and the coordinates. How we can show the grid and coordinates? You can specify a particular CRS. Currently this project have no CRS, so we use WGS84. Okay, we can use WGS84, and see, once you have changed that CRS, your scale also change. So please remember, if you try to change the CRS, the scale of the map will also change. So once again we do, okay, and I think now we can set again our, the space is required to show the coordinates, so that's why I am increasing this space. Okay, and below is required to give here topic, and if you want to give which agency is actually creating this map and to whom or for which agency we are creating this map. So here we can add the labels and titles here. Okay, so make it again 75,000, and then we give border to it, frame, make it slightly thicker, color is right. Okay, and then we will give grid. So here you will see one tab, grid. You expand it, then you have to click this plus, select grid 1 and modify your grid. So how you want give the appearance to the grid, here you can specify 4 type of grid: solid, okay, cross, marker and frame, and so I will give solid. Interval, fit, segment, I think this is most generally used, fit, segment, width, and CRS WGS84. Once you have, you click this map again, okay, and then you will see the grid. Okay, if you change to the cross, what happened? It will appear like this. Okay, it will appear like this. Make it solid, and then we will give coordinates. So here, draw coordinates, enable it, format of the coordinates, we will give degree, minutes, seconds. Okay, and here left, right, top, bottom, these 4 edges. If you want every edge should represent the coordinates, don't change anything. Okay, and you increase the font of your coordinates. Let's make it 20. Press OK. See, coordinates is now visible. And then you also change the distance from the frame. So I am making 3 mm. See, if you increase, you will see the distance between this increases. Okay, so west is 5 mm to 3 mm. Okay, coordinate precision, I think give 0, it is proper. Don't give any, because it's already seconds. So now we have specified our grid system and as well the coordinates of the map. Okay, so next thing what we will see. Okay, here one thing I want to show you is that if you remember what I have told you, scale based visibility, currently the map is say 75,000 and you can see every feature is visible. Okay, you can see labels are visible and our structures is also visible. Okay, you see, and now if I increase the scale or sorry, I decrease the scale to 1200 1 to 1,20,000, what happened now? See, label has gone and also the structures has gone. So that is what I have initially told you. The scale based visibility is very actually good. If you introduce in your map, it will control the number of features or type of features based on your scale. If you want to take the printout in A4 size, then only very, you can say, labels is not required, just to show the features, main features in map in A4 size. But if you want to take the printout in A0, then you can show all the features. So using scale based visibility, you can control that. Okay, again, okay, now what we will add next is title to our map. So click this add label and drag a long window. Now if you want to write inside this window, you cannot write directly from here. You have to use this panel to do anything related to its appearance. Its if you want to add something into this window, you want to add some border, you want to change the background color, every operation you have to do from this panel only. That is how actually map composer work. You can add the items from this left tool, and once that item is added, you click this item, its item property came here, and you can modify or add anything from this panel. So for this particular window, if you want to add title, you have to write here Zurala irrigation project command area. Okay, then you change the font it's A0 size, so keep the font highest, and then we can set the horizontal alignment to center, vertical alignment middle. Okay, we can also give border to this and background as a white. Okay, so now my title has been created. Now we can add north arrow tool, north arrow. Okay, drag a window, your north arrow is inserted, and then you can also add this scale bar. Okay, now if you want to change the appearance or something you want to change, then you same what I have told you, click it and go to this item property. Here you can adjust. Suppose you want to change the units, meters, feet, which unit you want to show on the scale. Currently I will use kilometers. Segment, right now it's 72, so we can change it to 5, and then we can also adjust the height. Okay, make it 3. I think 3 is good. You can change the rotation, position. You can also set from this panel. We can also set the position using, just click it and using your keyboard arrow keys. Okay, you can adjust the position of your item. Zoom it. So this is what. Okay, if you change font, you can also change the font from here. Okay, now we will add legend to our map. You have to click this, add legend, and drag a window. Okay, so now legend has come. Give the title. First select this and give the title. And you can change the text if you want to change the text. Suppose this is the canal structures code 456. If in original layer the attribute table contain only structure code, but if you want to show proper name of that particular structure, you can directly change the text. For example, it is railway bridge. Like that you can change the text. Okay, now structures is coming heading. We don't want this structure heading. You uncheck this auto update, click this and hide it. Okay, now only items will come. Similarly, if you want to remove anything, any legend, or you want to, okay, you change it to command area. And suppose you want to remove this settlement poly, you want to remove this, you can remove directly from here. Okay, or if you have done something wrong, then Control Z, you can, it will bring back, you can bring back that item. You can also change it, village boundary. Like this you can change the legend items. Okay, Then we can change the font. Title font, make it 20. Item font, make it 20. See, font size all depend upon the paper size you actually. And now I think better to make the column 2 and 3. I am making column 3 and give equal spacing width to the column. Okay, change the position by your keyboard arrow keys. We can also set the spacing between the items. So spacing and item, listen item spacing we can increase. Okay, so actually you have to, there is a lot of options available in this. We cannot describe all the options here in this training program, but you can experiment on this all the options and see what happened. Okay, by this way you can learn a lot. Okay, so I think more than 100 options is there. You can check one by one, but right now the only thing you have to learn how actually your map composer works. Means if you want to add the map, add any item, title or something, you have to use left this tool. Okay, this menu. Once that item is added, you have to first select that item, and then using item property you can do anything while, okay, to improve its appearance, or you want to change text, font, color, background, or you want to give border, you have to use item property. Okay, last thing, we will add one more label, that is this, who actually created this map. Drag a window, okay, and right here, created by National Water Academy, Central Water Commission, Pune. Change the font, 28. Make right alignment, middle. Okay, we can give border to this label also, make it 0.5. Okay, so this is now final map. If you have finished your map and you are satisfied with your map, then final is how you can export this map into PDF. So this is your final step. You have to click layout, and then we can export as an image, we can export as a SVG, we can export as a PDF. So we click this, export as a PDF. Name, I think we will keep the same name, save it, and also please make sure you check this, create geospatial PDF, okay, and then save it. So your final map is now created. You can click here and you can open how actually your map look like. See, this is your original map what you have created, okay, and you can take the printout of this PDF. So that's it, how we can actually create our basic map. If you have a vector data, then you open all the vector data in GIS, give proper symbology to it, okay, and also the orientation of layer so that every data is visible. Make sure You also classify the data, give proper symbol to each features in a single layer. Okay, and also you means try to use the standard symbols. Okay, whenever you create a map, always select like railway always have a standard symbol. So same type you can also uh, create a standard symbols to your features in your map. Okay, so that's it. I think now we will switch over to our next topic, that is how we can create vector data from a raster image. So I will close this map composer window. You save this project. Okay, now before I proceed, I think I have mentioned in my first PPT, that is Introduction to GIS. Whenever you want to create a vector data, you should have raster data for that. Okay, raster data may be toposheet, scan toposheet, maybe a satellite image. Okay, so once that data is available, if it is raw, then you have to georeference it, means we have to assign proper coordinate and projection system to that, and then only it will able to import in the GIS. You make that layer as a base layer, and then we can extract the features from process of digitization. So we will learn this process right now. So I think we should close this project and create new one.